think we're in business. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, hello everyone. Hello to Facebook. Hello to YouTube if you're watching after the fact. Welcome. Hello, Nancy. Good to see you. Welcome to the Monday night Facebook Live What Am I Doing weekly hangout. This is episode 142, so we have been doing this for quite a while. And if you don't know what exactly this is, every Monday night at about 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I jump on here, say hello, hang out with you guys a little bit, catch up. I give you some updates on what I'm reading, books I'm reading, movies and TV shows that I am watching and enjoying. And then most importantly, I give you updates on projects that I'm working on, whether that be writing, video, podcast, anything I am touching or involved with at that time. I will make sure that you guys know all about it. Hello, Sherry Foster. Loving this series. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Susan from the UK. Good to see you as always. And hello, Christy. So yeah, that's what this is, and it's a lot of fun. And again, this is episode 142. So, we're going to keep on keeping on. This is, I think, the fourth episode that I am actually recording that will go up on YouTube later this week. I know people have been watching it over there as well. It's a bit of a more high quality version, but you don't have it live. So there's pros and cons to each. I like the live version because you guys can ask questions. Please always ask questions, by the way, and make comments and have conversations. And it's really, really cool, the community that we've kind of built here. So that is where we stand right now. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first topic is, what am I reading? So what I'm reading, I did finish Hummingbird Salamander by Jeff Vandermeer. And I gotta say, I read the Southern Reach trilogy of Jeff's a few years ago, around the time the Natalie Portman movie came out. And they were some strange books, and they definitely had a writing style that was very unique. And by unique, I've mentioned this before, they were kind of difficult to read, but I really did enjoy the story, and I finished them, and I've recommended them to people. Hummingbird Salamander was supposed to be more of like a mystery series or a mystery story, not science fiction-y at all. And I gotta admit, by the time I got to about 60%, I was kind of over it. I found myself skimming through stuff, looking for the meat, so to speak, and I blew through like the last 30-40% of it, and I don't feel like I really missed out on anything. I hate to say that because I think the guy actually is a really, really talented storyteller, but something about this book did not click for me. It seemed to drag, and it also seemed to be a very, very much a political piece. And first of all, I have no issues, no qualms with authors using their platform to explore a theme or a certain political agenda. That's fine. But this entire book almost really seemed to be spending too much time diving into some very serious detail about climate change and about ecosystems and, animals. And it was just kind of weird. The whole thing was kind of weird. It just wasn't a fun read. And if I'm going to read fiction, I want it to be enjoyable. And for some reason, this book just really wasn't. So that kind of sucks, but I did, just kind of finish it out. I read the last couple chapters to kind of just see how it wound up, and yeah, it wasn't my favorite, which is unfortunate. But after that, I did start reading The Midnight Library, and oh shoot, I forgot to put the author name on here. I think it's Matthew Gates or something similar to that, Matt Gates. This is a book that I think won the Goodreads Choice Award for fiction last fall, or maybe it was earlier this year. And I think it's been in the top charts on Amazon for like months and months and months. So I wanted to give it a shot. And this is more of a literary, I think, kind of feel-good novel. And so far, it's been interesting. It's very easy reads. It's a very easy read, definitely compared to, coming from Jeff Vandermeer. So I'm only like, I don't know, 4 or 5 chapters into that, but so far it's been interesting. We'll see how it goes. If you guys have read that, let me know. I'd be curious to know what you think, because it's like way up on the Amazon charts. So the odds are several of you have probably read it as well, but I'm not very far into that. In terms of what I'm watching, so I have been watching very little in terms of like movies this past week. I know like last week I watched a couple because I was gearing up for the Oscars. This week I only watch TV shows. Really, my wife and I are still watching Breeders season 2 on Hulu. It comes on FX, and we're also watching The Mighty Ducks on Apple TV Plus. On Disney Plus, which I just think is fun. It's kind of like nostalgic for me. And then we just started watching last night The Innocent on Netflix, which is a new show based on one of Harlan Coben's novels. This is made in Spain, so it is subtitled. But it's been, we watched one episode and it was really good. I mean, production value is just, phenomenal. The acting has been very, very good. It's been really, 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 really nice to watch. All of Harlan Coben's adaptations on Netflix so far have been really, really stellar. He does a lot of international stuff. We've talked about that before in the past, so I won't dwell on that. But yeah, he does a lot of international adaptations. Matt Haig, thank you, Mike, for clarifying the author name. Matt Haig is who wrote the Midnight Library. I'm not sure who Gates is. Anyway, so yeah, just started watching that one episode, but it's good. I did read that book several years ago. I've read most of Coben's books, but that one was from several years ago, so I don't really remember all the details. So the show will be very fresh in that regard. But that's really it for what I'm watching. No movies this week. Jason and I do not have a new podcast episode this week, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll have one next week. But moving on to the other fun stuff, what am I working on? So, obviously still working on the most recent novel. I have almost reached 60,000 words, which is very exciting. I am making really good progress on this. And if you missed last week's live or haven't watched the video, or if you haven't seen the post that I made on Facebook, I did announce last week that the new character, or not the new character, but the main character of this new series that I'm starting is Alexa Shiflett from the Lance Brody universe. She played, slight spoiler if you have not caught up on all the Lance books, she first appeared in Dark Vacancy, which was book 4. She played a big role in Dark Woods, which was book 5. She was not in Dark Holiday. She was off doing the things that she is doing in this book. So this is a new series that I do plan on continuing with after this one book, assuming that readers like it somewhat. But don't worry, I will be starting the next Lance book, number 7, after I finished this novel. So I will be hopefully kind of going back and forth between series, especially now that I have more time to write. Which, on that note, I do have a new video coming out. If not tomorrow, it might be Wednesday, giving you guys kind of like an update on my first month, my first 30 days of being a full-time writer. So that's kind of exciting. I've made a lot of progress, more than I even thought that I was going to. So anyway, the other thing about the Alexa book that I wanted to touch on was I actually surprised myself in another way with this book. I was really excited to write about Alexa because she was a character that I thought would be fascinating to follow after, what happens with her in Dark Woods. She became a character that I liked writing when I was writing Dark Woods. She has some surprises, and I kind of made her into this really fun kind of female badass. And if you know her history from, what happened in Dark Vacancy, you understand why she's kind of become the person that she is. And I'm just kind of extrapolating on that and showing more of that in this new series and, this new decision that she has as to how she wants to live going forward. What I didn't expect was I've also created another character that's going to be in this series that I think is going to be a lot of fun as well. There's some skill sets and some abilities, and I think I mentioned this last week, a backstory, a history that I have just kind of accidentally stumbled across for this character that's going to really complement Alexa very, very well in the series going forward. I don't want to say any more, but I'm just going to just say that I'm really happy that this kind of happened accidentally. I did not plan on creating this character when I started, but it's been a lot of fun to write this character so far. But I'll talk about that more as the book comes out after some of you guys have read it. But suffice it to say, I'm having a good time with it. But that's where the majority of my effort has been going, is into that book. And again, I have been also making a lot of YouTube videos for various different things. Again, I have the update on my first 30 days coming out later this week. And there's some other things that I've been posting often. I post them often on Facebook to let you guys know, but I don't always share them because I know that a lot of people that are liking my Facebook page are really just there for the books in that world and don't really care about the other stuff. So if you have any interest and checking out what I'm doing over on YouTube from a writing perspective, I'm kind of giving some more insight in terms of the creative process and what it's like to be an author and stuff like that. I do have links to all of this stuff in the description or the post for this video, links to where you can find the Lance books, where you can check out my podcast, where you can find my YouTube channel. And on the YouTube note, I did also post a link over on the page earlier this week announcing that the service that I use to deliver my free ebooks to you guys who have signed up for my newsletter, or if you're a part of my Patreon team and you get early access to books, or if I just do free giveaways in general, the service that I use to provide those books, they've recently started allowing authors to use the platform to host and to provide audiobooks, which is fantastic because it was already a great tool, and this is another just awesome feature. So I now have started giving anybody who signs up to my newsletter not only a free ebook copy of Dark Deception, which is a short story in the Lance book, but also a free audiobook copy of the novella, the prequel novella for the series, which is Dark Beginning. So it's about a 2-hour audiobook. You can get it completely for free if you haven't already listened to it by signing up. Now, I also just this week made that audiobook version of Dark Beginnings available for free on YouTube. So there's a little bit of a difference here. Over on YouTube, you can listen to it completely free, but of course on YouTube, you're streaming it. There could be ads down the road, if not right away, and you kind of have to have an internet connection unless you're a YouTube premium subscriber or whatever they call it, where you can download it. If you sign up for the newsletter and you get the audiobook that way, it's completely yours. You can either stream it in the browser, you can stream it on the services app that they have, and you can download the MP3 files to have them offline and do whatever you want with them. If you have different devices you want to put it on, it's really, really slick. So if you haven't listened to the audiobook of Dark Beginnings, which is the Lance prequel, or you're just interested in it, link to sign up to the newsletter is in the video. And then also it's over on my YouTube page if you want to listen to it. I love audiobooks. I don't listen to them a lot anymore because I don't have a lengthy commute. About 10, 12 years ago when I was commuting a lot, I listened to a lot of audiobooks. That's actually how I listened to the entire Dark Tower series. I read very little of the Dark Tower series. I actually just listened to the majority of it. They're fantastic. So if you've not checked out any of the Lance audiobooks, this might be a good way to do that. And again, if you have any questions about any of that process, please shoot me a message or an email. I'll be happy to help you out. But it's all pretty simple, pretty slick, and streamlined. And then, of course, YouTube is just super simple. So I think that is about it in terms of what I'm working on. Again, just really excited about this book. I'm having a ton of fun writing it. I'm getting into like that home stretch kind of last quarter of the book where it's like, okay, now I've really got to bring all this stuff together and make sure that all the pieces fit and everything, works the way it's supposed to. I always get a little stressed during that part. But again, so far, so good. And I am really excited for you guys to read it. It's really, it's really exciting, but it's also kind of nerve-wracking because, with Lance, I've kind of built up the story and I kind of have an idea of what works and what doesn't. And it's all I've been writing for the last like 4 or 5 years. To start with a new story is refreshing, but it's also a little scary because I don't know if anybody's going to like it. I hope that they do, because it is a little different when you remove the supernatural element that is very much a part of the Lance series. Alexa doesn't have all that. There is a little tie-in, a little connection to Lance's universe, but I'll let you guys, read that and figure it out for yourself. But fans of the series will definitely, I think, enjoy it. And if you have never read a Lance book, my goal and my idea is you can pick up an Alexa book and not feel like you're missing anything, but maybe want to go read the Lance books, to see who this guy is that she talks about sometimes, and what his story is all about. So anyway, I'm rambling, but I'm really excited about it. I need to just shut up and get the book written so you guys can read it, and then I can really talk about it. So anyway, Martha says, I bet we'll love it. Thank you very much. I hope you guys do love it. Yvonne says she's looking forward to reading about Alexa. Thank you very much. Susan's looking forward to both. Great. Okay. Well, some of you guys are looking forward to it. So that's awesome. I'm excited. I really am. I'm also really excited. This is a weird, like, geeky thing to be excited about. I'm also really excited to work with Jason on creating the cover for this book, because with the Lance books, we kind of have a theme. We have a template almost that we use because it's a brand. It's a series. They all follow a very similar structure. Hey guys, Michael here. I was just editing this video and realized that with about a minute and a half left, the video completely cuts out. Apparently, I forgot to dump my memory card to make some space. So if you want to stop watching now, you can, but the audio is good. And I'll just go ahead and play this out with a placeholder image for the last minute and a half here. Anyway, apologies, but thanks for watching. Going with, this upcoming series, it's brand new. We're starting over. So it's going to be interesting to see what we come up with and what that new look, that new vibe is going to be for Alexa. Because it's a different genre, and that's going to be a different look. So anyway, that's it, guys. I don't think I have anything else to add. Lorraine says she would love to see inside my mind. It's a scary place, Lorraine. It is scary. A lot of it comes out onto the page. I can tell you that much. A lot of it comes out onto the page. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else, so I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time this evening. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Again, links to absolutely everything that I've talked about is in the description of this video. Go explore, click, play, whatever you need to do. And I'll end this the same way I always do. Thanks so much for your support. As always, thanks for watching. And if you want to do me a huge favor, if you've read any of my books and you enjoyed them, if you could maybe take a few free moments, jump over to Amazon and leave a review saying you liked the book. Reviews go a really long way in helping authors. Don't just do it for me. Do it for anybody. I promise you they will enjoy it or appreciate it. Sorry. So thanks again. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And be well, stay safe, and all things considered, we will be back next Monday.